Hey everyone, we're here with Chef Joe, and we're going to show the lettuce cutting procedure today, just kind of refresh everybody. We're getting into the summer months, which are hot. The water in your lines is hot, so when we do the lettuce cutting, we need to start off with a sink of cold water. Then we took a colander and filled it with ice. And right now the temperature outside is about 83 degrees, so I actually had to fill this colander twice with ice. And I'll show you, we're looking at 40 degrees or below. That's at 39.5 degrees, so it's perfect for lettuce. Once we get it to that temperature, we're going to take the colander and pull it out, and then set it on the side, and then we can start. This is nice cold clean water, and we're going to start cutting our lettuce. Today we're doing a half times batch, which is 6 heads of iceberg and 3 heads of romaine. So we've pre-cut, to speed this up, the first 2 heads of romaine, and then we're going to cut the last head with you. So basically, first off, we took and we cleaned the lettuce off. Any blemishes, any scars, brown parts, tips, we take and we pull those off, but we don't pull the entire leaf, we only pull the bad part. Once the romaine head is clean and free of brown spots, we're going to take and cut the romaine head in half lengthwise, lay both down, and then cut again lengthwise 2 times to make 3 sections. We're looking for a 1-inch cut. Then we'll go back the other way and make our 1-inch squares. We're using a nice sharp chef knife. We don't want to use a serrated bread knife with teeth on it. That'll just tear the lettuce and cause it to go brown. We'll slide that in the sink. And then we'll take the other half and do the exact same thing. Notice that when we cut down, we're not cutting all the way down to the core, but we're cutting just as the color fades to white. The very end of the lettuce is going to be a little bit bitter. So we're going to cut down to the end, slide that in the sink, and then show the ends there on the table. These are the ends of all the romaine lettuce that we cut. So as you can see, we're not wasting a whole bunch. It's just real fibrous, bitter when it turns white. So we're going to throw those away. Okay, now we'll do the iceberg. We're going to clean a head of iceberg. Basically, we'll do the same thing. Examine the head, pull any loose leaves that are falling off, discard those. We're going to punch the core out of the bottom. We'll pull the core with our fingers to remove the whole core as one piece. And then we'll kind of pick around the bottom. You'll see brown spots at the bottom where it was growing. We just need to pick those off. And again, we're just picking off the brown spots. We're not pulling off the entire leaf. We want to keep the head as intact as possible so we're not wasting. So once we get it cleaned, we now have the 6 heads clean. We're going to cut it in half, and we're going to get our lettuce slammer, and we're going to slam the lettuce. It's important that we use the lettuce slammer. Don't cut it by hand. Nice sharp lettuce slammer. These parts, blades, should be probably replaced at least once a year. Hotel Restaurant Supply sells that. We're going to push that in the sink. We're going to do that to all 6 heads. And as Chef Joe's cutting the other lettuce heads, I'm going to add the shredded carrots right to the sink. That's a ½ pound of shredded carrots, and also the ½ pound of red cabbage. So all the stuff gets mixed in the sink so it's all cleaned and rinsed, and then the ice water is going to keep it nice and crisp as well. So here we go. Here's the other heads right here. Chef Joe's going to slam those. Again, it's really important that we don't cut this with a knife. If your lettuce machine doesn't work properly, we need to get it fixed. Okay, slam those and just slide it right into the sink. Oh, I need to turn my phone. Okay, it's also important that while Joe's finishing this off, that we as managers tell the prep staff how many heads. You'll be seeing a brand new prep list come out. It'll inventory by gallon what lettuce you had left from the previous shift and how many heads of each you should cut for salad mix and for romaine for Caesar. Cutting only those heads per shift. Our goal, go ahead and mix that up. We'll kind of churn it with our hands. Make sure we mix it up. So the goal here is to cut produce twice a day, once in the morning to last through lunch, and then once after lunch going into dinner to last the night. But we don't want to, ultimately we want nothing left over at the end of the shift. So so there's the lettuce mix. Now we're going to take it out of the sink. We're going to leave the water in the sink. Any dirt, debris is kind of sinking to the bottom. We have our spinner, salad spinner, in the other compartment of the sink. We're going to take our hands, we're going to fill the spinner with the newly chopped and cleaned lettuce. And again, we're leaving the water in the sink because all the dirt has settled to the bottom. Okay, and we'll probably do this in batches. I'm not going to show both batches, but Joe's got about half of it in the spinner. We're going to take and put the cap on the spinner. This is also really important. You can't forget to do this part. If you put it up in the hopper wet, we're going to serve watery, runny salads, so the dressing won't stick to the lettuce greens. So we're going to make sure the drain's open on the sink, and we're going to spin it. It just takes a minute to get the water out of it. You can see it cooling at the bottom. Okay, we'll lift it up, put it on the counter, and show you exactly. We now have freshly cleaned, cold and dry lettuce. So, okay, there you are. Any questions with this? We should all be doing this. Please show this video to the prep staff and your other managers. Make sure that we're doing it right. Serve the best quality to our guests. Any questions, give myself or Chef Joe a call. Thank you.